We have Representative Carolyn Maloney, Democrat from New York City, joining us now on the telephone. First, I assume you're in a safe location. Are you okay?
Hi, I'm safe and sound with two members of my staff. We're in lockdown. I've never seen anything like this. He calls all of his followers to come out and go to the Capitol. Now he's telling everyone to go home. That's President Trump. I tell you, I have never seen anything like this. Since 9/11, I've participated in many Capitol Hill security drills that involve sheltering in place and donning protective gear, but I never dreamed I'd have to do it for real because of terrorism inspired by the President of the United States.
Congressman, what was the scene like? I mean, what did you feel in the moment? How chaotic was it? What were you hearing from your colleagues, from your staff in the moment, and when you were going into lockdown and into shelter?
We are doing our work. We were debating. There were some Republicans protesting the vote in some of the states, and we were debating the issues and taking votes on them. And they stormed the Capitol. They stormed into the chambers and the House and the Senate side. Because of COVID, we only have 11 members of the Democratic side there at a time, along with 11 from the Republican side. I was in my office watching the proceedings. I saw it looked like undercover agents ushering out Leader Hoyer. Jim McGovern was in the speaker's seat, and chaos was breaking out on the floor. The members of Congress left the floor. It was disturbing to see desks pushed up against the doors to keep them out. I never thought in my wildest dreams that this would ever happen to the United States Capitol, a country that values the peaceful transfer of power. This is unheard of. It's beyond belief and devastatingly disruptive, and I've never been so upset. They are around the Capitol still. More police have moved in and moved them to away from being right at the front, but it is beyond horrible. I can't believe that this is happening in America.
Hi, Congresswoman Jessica Smith here. Do you have any idea when work will be able to resume, when you'll be able to go back and certify the election results at this point?
I believe that we will go back into session. We do not have to go into the chambers if they've been compromised. There are other rooms at the Capitol that we could use. But personally, I think we should go back and complete our work tonight.
Congresswoman, I want to get back to what you said about how this all unfolded, because we've been discussing for some time here on the show about just where the police were, what the security presence was at the time. Can you speak a little bit more to that?
Well, obviously, there's a great number of undercover officers here. There's also a great number of police officers. The National Guard, I understand, has been called out. I understand police officers are coming in from other cities. My office is across the street from the Capitol, so I've been able to view it from my window. There have been sort of groups of police officers moving into the Capitol, sort of moving in precision. I'd say roughly 30 at a time. They have, it appears, restored complete order. They've gotten the people out of the Capitol, I believe, although we don't know. I was told they stormed the Cannon office building. There are 3 legislative office buildings, the Cannon and the Rayburn, where I am, and Longworth. We are all in our offices. I'd say there are roughly 30 offices that are in the vicinity on the floor that I'm on. We're all locked down in our offices. And some members from other staffs have come over to join us. Because of lockdown, only 2 members of my staff are with me. We were here for the proceedings and for the votes. This is horrifying beyond belief. This is like storming Bastille. It's like I've never seen, or did I ever expect to see such disregard for the values of our country and the values of a peaceful transfer of power and respect for our elections and the voice of the American people. I am sickened beyond belief. I can't believe that it is happening in the capital of the United States of America. This is something you usually see in some revolution in some faraway country.
Representative, let's break this down specifically to the political process next, and then the steps after we've gone through that as to what happens next to protect the U.S. Capitol and our democracy. The political process, you said you expect Congress to reconvene. How quickly are you hearing from leadership that actually could happen? And have you heard from the 140 Republican members of the House of Representatives if they feel any shame at their culpability in what we have witnessed today and whether they'll back down from the continued protests of the votes of the American people?
I am told that the leadership and the members that were in the chambers when the incident happened are in undisclosed areas in lockdown in the Capitol at this point. Personally, I believe once security is restored, we should go in and finish our work and vote to ratify the election of President Biden so we can proceed to the swearing-in ceremony that's required in the Constitution of January 20th. So that's what I believe is going to happen. We came to work today knowing that we would stay here until the proceedings ended. I have no idea what the Republicans are going to do. I am pleased that President-elect Biden called upon Trump to come out and tell his supporters to go home. He did come out and tell his supporters to go home after he called them all to come to the Capitol. So he created this crisis.
Congressman, I know you were saying that you're in your office, which is across the street, but just going forward, at least until Inauguration Day, are you going to feel a little bit more hesitant or a little bit more nervous just in terms of your safety and the protection that is available for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no question about it. I do not think it's safe to walk the halls of the office building I'm in, the Rayburn building, nor do I think it's safe to walk the halls of the Capitol at this point. And to see the conduct of the protesters, it really borders on sedition, smashing the windows of the United States Capitol. There was a lot of smoke coming out from the Capitol. I don't know what that was or where it came from, but I do not think it is safe to be in the Capitol, nor is it safe to leave our offices now. We are locked heavily into our offices now. And I think that some of the people are armed. I did see some emails that some of my constituents gave me where they were being told to go to the United States Capitol, quote, conceal your arms, conceal your arms. And if you can't get to the Capitol, then go to your state capitol and protest. I asked the Capitol Police if they were ready for any type of activity. They said they were going to have an army here, that they were well prepared. But personally, I do not think they should have been able to storm the United States Capitol.
Certainly not. Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney of New York, our thanks to you so much for jumping on the phone. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and all the best.
Well, thank you. I am beyond shocked. I cannot believe this is happening in the great United States of America that values elections, democracy, and the peaceful transfer of power.
Yeah, I think we all echo your thoughts right there. Again, Congresswoman Maloney, thank you so much for giving us your time.